Hello, Bucs fans. This is Real Bucs Talk back again with another video. And today I want to get into the Houston Texans. That's the Buccaneers' next opponent. So, really just want to look at their depth chart and see what type of team the Buccaneers are facing this week. And, when looking at things, this is going to be a tough matchup. They're well coached, led by DeMarco Ryans. I think they have a good coaching staff. And they have talent on top of it. Even though it's young talent, they have a very good group with CJ Stroud leading the way on offense. He's been really good as far as just overall efficiency and moving the ball. Very good against the blitz. So that's something to watch for, especially against the Buccaneers who like to blitz a lot. That is something to keep in mind. But CJ Stroud, the rookie quarterback, has been playing at a high level. And then Damian Pierce, who's again a hard runner, not really having success running the football this year for the Texans, but they will, run it at times. Nico Collins has been a very good receiver for them. Then you have Tank Dell. Robert Woods is going to be out for this game with an injury. Dalton Schultz, very good tight end. They like to go to him a lot, target him inside the red zone as well. So you got to look out for him. And then offensive line, it's been up and down. They just lost their starting center for the year. Now they're going to Michael Dieter. And then they have, Larry Lee Tunsil, still pretty good. He's banged up, though. Titus Howard, George Fant, all these guys are dealing with injuries. So when you look at it that way, they're banged up front. It's going to be a challenge there. Buccaneers got to find ways to get pressure and generate opportunities to get in the face of CJ Stroud and hopefully make him throw into some errors or force some throws that he doesn't want to. So offensively, again, I think an offense that does a lot of creative stuff. They have I think their offense coordinator is Bobby Slowick he was also in San Fran. So it's kind of similar offense to that San Francisco type West Coast scheme where they have a lot of, moving parts, eye candy before the snap. So you got to be disciplined against them, make sure you're in your spots and gap sound. That's going to be key for the Bucs defense. And then for our offense going up against their defense, I think you look at their secondary, I think their secondary is pretty solid with Shaquille Griffin, Jimmy Ward, Jalen Petrie, and Steven Nelson. And then, I think also they don't have Derek Stingley Jr. He's out for the year, so that's a big loss for them. But their secondary plays hard and they're very sound as far as being in their assignments and knowing where to be. They don't give you a lot of room, so they contest a lot of throws and stuff like that. So you have to make sure you're smart with creating opportunities, creating space for your receivers and tight ends to get them open. Linebackers, they have a pretty good core with Denzel Perriman, Blake Cashman as well, Henry Toto, probably pronouncing that wrong, but those guys are pretty good. And Henry's actually been their leading tackler, so he's done a really good job as a rookie. And then Jonathan Greenyard, really good. He leads the team in sacks with 6. And then you have Sheldon Rankins, Malik Collins, and Will Anderson Jr. This group, I mean, they have a front that's really aggressive. They get pressure a lot. Don't get necessarily the sack numbers, but man, they get into the quarterback's face, force a lot of hurries. So Baker's going to have to be on top of it. Offensive line is going to have to be solid as far as making sure you have protection correct. But defensively, again, it's a hard nosed defense, and they play with maximum effort. So that will be a fun matchup to see how that plays out. But overall, pretty solid team. You look at their individual stats. Again, CJ Stroud has played pretty well so far this season, probably on par to take rookie of the year if he keeps up these types of numbers going forward. Running game, again, a lot to be desired there, kind of on par with what the Buccaneers present as far as rushing the football. And then you look at their defense, again, led by a lot of just hard physical play, and that's how they pursue and fly to the football. So you look at Henry again leading the team in tackles, and then Grenard with 6 sacks. So he's one to definitely keep an eye out for. But they're just well coached. They play smart, and you look at their team stats. 21 points per game on offense, only allowing 18. So that's winning football. Even though they come into this game at 3-4, they just lost to a winless team and the Panthers. So it's kind of hit or miss on what type of opponent you're going to get on Sunday. And hopefully the Buccaneers can come out and start playing their best football, because this is it's a must win for both teams. This is the last game for Houston against the NFC South. And so Buccaneers got to find a way to just come out and start fast against this opponent. I think there's opportunities. Again, on third down, they're pretty much the same on both sides. So they're converting 44% on offense, but they're also allowing 44% on defense. So there'll be opportunities for the Buccaneers to, have a good game against this team. But at the same time, this team is kind of like, hit or miss. It just depends on how they want to play. At times they look really, really good, and then at other times they don't play as well. So Buccaneers are just going to have to come out and try to start fast. I know that's um, been the saying over the last couple of weeks, but that is the key. They got to get a jump on this team and really try to get out in front and see if they can hit home the hammer on them to get the win and get to 4-4. But it should be a good matchup again. This game at 1 o'clock on Sunday should be a lot of fun. Guys, let us know what you think of this Houston team. How do you see the matchups playing out? We'll probably have another video going into some more in-depth matchups to look for, but just a little overview of what the Houston Texans present, and it should be a great game for both teams on Sunday. Should be a lot of fun, and hopefully our Buccaneers come out on top. But with that said, until the next one.